नियतं कुरु कर्मत्वं कर्म जयायो हि अकर्मण शरीर yatra api chate na prasidadhyeta akarmana. Hello friends, this is the 8th shlok of the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says Niyatam kuru karmatvam, which means do karma with discipline, or do action with discipline. Karma jayayo hi akarmana, which means as action is superior to non-action. Sharir yatra api chate, which means and the journey of your body also na prasidadhyeta akarmana, which means is not affected by non-action. So as we have seen that Arjun is giving preference to non-action. He is basically telling that he does not want to fight this war, which is to a certain extent be interpreted as non-action, because he has to fight the war and basically establish dharma, but he is hesitant to do that because he sees his loved ones in the other side of the army, and so he basically is confused on what to do, and therefore he is choosing the path of non-action. That is basically not to fight this war at all, and so basically not to do anything with this whole thing is what he's trying to do. So he's trying to escape from his responsibilities. Now Shri Krishna in the previous shloks have clarified to Arjun that by the fact that you are born, you are bound to perform action. There is no way for you to avoid action. So this whole thing of Arjun that he wants to not fight this war is also an action, is what Sri Krishna has told him. And so if you do not fight the war, then that will have its consequences. Now over here, Sri Krishna is telling Arjun directly that you should always give preference to action, as inaction is something that is impossible for you to do, because your body's sustenance cannot be obtained with inaction. Because in this whole life of ours, we have to eat, drink, we have to walk, sleep, all these things that we have to do, these are all basically actions. And the fact that you decide to go for inaction will mean that you will stop doing these things, because speaking or eating and all these things, they have their own consequences also. When you're speaking, you're killing bacteria. When you're eating, you're killing living beings. I mean, even if you're eating plants, plants are also living beings, so you're basically killing living beings when you're eating. So what Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna over here is that your body's sustenance is impossible without action. And so when you say that you want to take the path of inaction, then technically speaking, that will mean that you have to kill yourself, because only in that situation, when you kill yourself, is when you can have inaction. And if you decide to go for inaction, then you will end up killing yourself, because there is no end to it otherwise. So that is what Sri Krishna is clarifying over here. You can take this message to another level also, where you can think of this whole life as a big exam for all of us, where we have to basically overcome all the hurdles of this life, which are all the exams that the higher reality has placed in front of us. And so when we decide not to perform an action, then we are not really taking part in all these exams that life is putting in front of us. Think of the life as a computer game, where the hero of the game has to overcome all the different obstacles that are placed in it and then finish the journey. So if you decide to not perform any action, then basically what you're doing is you're not really taking part in this game of life. And if you're not really taking part in this game of life, then you're not really making any progress, because the life in itself is a journey, and through the experiences that we face and the challenges that we face and the work that we do, that is how we make progress in this life and become better and better and better. And so if we decide not to really participate in all of this, then there is no way for us to really improve ourselves and finish this journey of merging into the higher reality. So basically, those people who say that, oh, they are just going to retrieve from this world and they're just going to go sit in a cave and perform meditation over there, they are basically deluded people who are wasting their time, because the progress cannot really be made over there in the cave away from this whole sansar, this whole universe. You have to basically participate in this life, you have to engage in this life, you have to perform actions in the life. Then only you will be able to make progress and succeed in attaining the higher reality. The only thing you have to be careful about over here is that while engaging with this world, you should not forget your goal. The goal is to attain enlightenment. So basically, do not forget that goal. Do not really fall for the attractive things that the world throws at us, but the way to attain enlightenment is basically to engage in this world. You cannot really attain enlightenment by just sitting in a cave while disconnected from this world, because that will not give you the test and that will not give you the stimulus that is needed to really grow into a better person. So that is the message that has been presented over here in this shlok. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I will close this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.